Knipp Farms is currently a landholding company. It was the family farming operation for many years. I retired in 2017, so we have at this point rented the land out to some other younger farmers in the area. My grandfather, actually my great-grandfather, and my father and his two brothers were all full-time farmers, not necessarily farming together, but all were full-time farmers. But I was the only one from this generation who actually had made a career of full-time farming. I went to Ohio State University, and my parents thought that hoped that I probably wouldn't come back to the farm. But when it was time for me to graduate, I hadn't changed my mind. Farming was still where I wanted to be. So I did come back and join the family farm, which at that time was about 200 acres. Fortunately, we also at that time picked up about 200 acres, which made it possible for me to contribute. And we've expanded the farm ever since then. We're a very diverse farming operation, growing specialty processing crops primarily along with grain crops. But we grew sugar beets, tomatoes, cabbage, cucumbers, and peppers at some point in time during my career. But tomatoes were really the king. That was the crop that we really enjoyed growing the most. It took the most effort, but it also offered the greatest return for us. And that was the crop that I would tag my name to, I guess. As we look at how I was connected with Farm Bureau, I started out by being a individual, just like many, that needed hospitalization and automobile insurance. So I have been a nationwide auto insurance holder ever since my first vehicle. I also, soon after that, was asked to serve on the Sandusky County Board. I served 6 years and had the term limit off, and I came back in 1995 then and served another two terms, but in 2001 I became the county president at that time. I also had the great privilege of serving on the Ohio State Farm Bureau Board of Trustees. As a full-time farmer, the value of Farm Bureau membership, I think, is really taken for granted sometimes. The greatest value to me was the voice that Farm Bureau has for farmers in the legislative process, on the local level, on the state level, and on the national level. But we know as Farm Bureau members that when we're planting our crop, or caring for our crop, or harvesting our crop, or taking care of our livestock, or sitting in our office making our business plans, that there's always somebody speaking up on our behalf from Farm Bureau, whether it's paid staff or volunteers. A lot of good people work to represent us in the legislative arena, and that is the greatest value I think we receive from Farm Bureau. My reason to be a group member or to have a group membership for Knipp Farms is a little different than many, in that the members of my group consist of individuals who are not currently farming, who weren't raised on a farm, but will be inheriting some agricultural land at a later date. And we're hoping that through this relationship with Farm Bureau that these next generation members will be exposed enough to Farm Bureau to realize the value of a Farm Bureau membership. They'll be seeing the communications that Farm Bureau puts out, and hopefully will build this relationship so that when I'm no longer here and they own the land, that they'll be able to benefit from that membership and see the value that Farm Bureau provides to them as new landowners.